Hi there, welcome to Muse Movement Moves. So today we're going to work on our glute med. It's this side glute muscle and it's really important. It's one of my favorite muscles. It really helps to stabilize it's kind of one of the core muscles. I call it one of the core muscles. It also helps to move your leg away from midline and then to turn your thigh bone out. So it's got a lot of different functions and there's different fibers of the muscle and we're going to work all of them today. So what you'll need is a block, or you can use really anything. It's just a piece of equipment or a prop to kind of remind you to keep your sacrum still so that we can really get that movement of thigh bone and socket. So you'll lie on one side and I'm going to lie on my right side because my left glute is weaker and I want to work that first. So we're taking the block just behind, just so I can feel it on that sacrum bone, which is that big kind of disc-like bone that sits above your tailbone. We're just taking the block to there, and again, you can use something else. So I call this series the Jane Fonda. Nice homage to that lady, that tough lady. So we're starting in clam, drawing the low belly in, kind of sticking the bum out a little bit, but without letting all of the torso dump. So we do want to find some containment there. And we're just going to squeeze the heels together and turn that thigh bone out. So you notice I don't have a lot of range. If I were to go into a really big range, I'd probably end up moving my pelvis, and then I'm kind of moving the socket rather than the bone in socket. So we're going to turn out, and I'm going to just do less than you normally would. I would suggest about 10 of these. And then you're going to lift the knee and just take it up and tap it back down. Good. You're just creasing at the hip. So this is a great series, not only to work your side bum, your glute med, as I call it, but also to mobilize your hips and your knees. So you'll do about 5 or 6 like that, and then we add on. So then we lift, and we get that knee extension. Press up, bend, and tap down. So you can see now why this is called the Jane Fonda. And we do about 8 of these. And I'm only going to do 3 because I'm already hurting. And then we're going to lift up, and now we're going to go to internal rotation, which works the kind of lower fibers of that glute med. This is the sweet spot. This one's really tough. And then you're going to just kick back a little bit. And then tapping down, you want to think of moving from under your bum. So you open up at the hip. Again, the belly is pulling in. And then we'll do that add-on, extend at the knee, reach back. This one's hard not to move your pelvis in, so a lot of concentration. I like to sometimes take my hand to my hip just to remind me to keep it still if the block isn't enough. As your bum gets tired, the body will take that path of least resistance and find all sorts of ways to cheat. So tactile feedback is always really great. And kick up. Good. And let's pretend we did 8 of those. So kick up. Then come back and tap down. Now really get full range of motion of that thigh bone and socket. We're just going to finish with this. I call this the butterfly, which if you grew up in the 90s, you'll remember perhaps the Fly Girls from In Living Color doing this motion. So it's kind of like a half butterfly. Good, and I start kind of mechanical, so tap and up and over and tap. And then just to finish, it gets a little more fluid, not as important to keep the pelvis still, just so that you can really feel that range of motion. And I would do, again, like 8 to 10 of these, and I've done about 5, and I'm going to stop right there because that hurts. And that is all for today.